Yeah, it definitely was, and it was fun to watch. I loved seeing Sheeta and Thunder Rosa. They kept taking each other to the mat, so that was cool to see how they were able to use their background and everything and grab, uh, try and submit the one and try to submit one another. It was very cool to see that how they're developing in the mat style, and I just love how they're bringing new things each week. How AEW is doing this, it's great.
For sure. And then you had the Mimosa Mayhem match, Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho. I thought Jericho should have won it. Be it as it may, it looks like Jericho and, again, Jake Hager are going to be doing a tag team, which we'll recap that on Dynamite. I thought the match was okay. I was disappointed in the finish. I thought Jericho should have won. I think Cassidy's better when there's a crowd. And I know there was a crowd, but it's not like a real crowd. It's only
No.
limited people. So to me, it is what it is, I guess, Alex.
And then the main event, John Moxley defeated MJF to retain the AEW championship.
Uh,
That was a really good match. It was physical. It was right down the middle. It was perfect. I love how I love how my prediction kind of came true there. He snuck in the paradigm shift and was able to capitalize a victory over MJF.
for
And
sure.
and now, speaking of John Moxley has passed Jericho's all-time title reign of 182 days. Moxley
Yes.
now holds the title at now 196 plus days as the AEW World Champion. So, what are your thoughts on that, Josh?
I mean, my thoughts on it is, look, I mean, as somebody that came over from WWE, you knew he was going to be a spark that AEW needed. They basically told him, all right, you're coming over. We're going to give you the bull by the horns. You need to take it and run with it. And he's ran with it. Um, Clearly, I think the big picture of the whole situation is this. I think eventually what they're going to do is they're going to have, I think Kenny Omega is going to become a heel. And then I think that is the guy that's going to take the championship off of John Moxley. I think he's going to be the heel Kenny Omega. I think the Young Bucks are going to join him. And then I think that's how I think what they'll do is they'll be like New Japan, where they will take over the tag team division. They'll win the heavyweight championship. And I think that's the route I think they're going to go with this. So I think they're setting up for Moxley Omega 2. That's what I think they're going to do. And I think Kenny Omega is going to be the one that takes the championship off of him. So we'll see how that goes. All right, Alex, let's get right into our next topic, man. And we got
NXT Super Tuesday 2.
yeah, and I thought it was a good show. I thought the championship. I love the idea that they opened up the show with the championship match.
Yeah, that was a great move by NXT. Two former Bullet Club members going at each other for the ultimate prize, the NXT Championship. The match was amazing. Great countering and execution from Finn Balor in the match. It was back and forth. Adam Cole was great with his striking ability. And Balor always is quick and agile. He never messes around. He's always in the zone, and he's willing to go to great lengths, even when he's injured, to win the title because he kind of tweaked his knee a couple times in the match.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, I like the idea that they had that match start. My thinking is they only got, I believe it was 858,000 in viewership, and AEW reached 1 million. So, I mean, Cole Balor is money. If you're not getting the viewer, I mean, first off, I think NXT should move to Tuesdays anyway. I said that I think on the show last week, Alex. I think NXT should move to Tuesdays or Thursdays. I mean, I don't know how you don't get over 900,000 in viewership.
I don't know how you. That's
other going on.
exactly.
And with Cole Balor, I don't know what NXT has to do. I don't know. I thought this was their opportune time. You had that. You had the steel cage match between Rhea Ripley and Mercedes Martinez, and it looks like Mercedes is going to be moving on because there's been reports that she's rumored to be in the what's the group of the guys and girls that keep coming in to all the shows. They keep rating the shows. I can't remember what's the group name, Alex.
The
The
group.
one that with the people they wear like the black mask.
Retribution.
Retribution. I mean, there's reports that she's in Retribution with like Mia Yim and Dominic Dijakovic. So it looks like she's getting called up because Robert Stone kicked her out of the brand. And I mean, I don't know what NXT has to do. They had Austin Theory versus Bronson Reed, which I thought was a really good match. I like what they're doing with Bronson Reed. They're really making him into a powerhouse in NXT.
Oh yeah, they're really building him up, and I love how they're just they're just continuously trying to make Bronson Reed look strong and good. And I loved how this match ended with the finish. For a minute there, I thought Austin Theory was going to be able to lift Bronson Reed up into a power slam or some type of finisher, but he lost the leverage, and then it just went all downhill from there for Austin Theory.
I mean, I look at it like this, man. I say this in regards to how NXT has to keep doing it. They got to keep developing new stars, and I think Austin Theory going back to NXT was a great move. I think it was a good idea by them because look, they had him in Zelina Vega's stable, then he left, went to Seth Rollins' stable, he left. I mean, let him. The reason why they rushed him to the main roster was because Andrade was hurt for his WrestleMania match, so they had to have a replacement. That wasn't the official plan for him in the future. I thought it was a good idea that they let him, like I said, they let him stay in NXT, let him develop more. He was so big in Evolve, Austin Theory.
Yeah,
but
he
I
definitely
like
was.
dealing with guys. They're getting new. Next week you're going to have Damian Priest versus Timothy Thatcher, and I thought Thatcher should have been in that ladder match in the first place. It looks like they're going with the Velveteen Dream Kushida rivalry. It looks like they're going to go with that. I mean, Velveteen Dream literally comes off looking like a douche. That stupid. He's got that stupid chin beard thing. It's dyed blonde. And it looks so ridiculous. Also, did you see? I have to bring this up to you. You would like this. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember Dominic Mysterio when he was younger. He had blonde hair.
Oh yeah, he did. That's what it looked like.
No. So the joke was because Miro debuted on AEW, Rusev debuted, and somebody wrote because Miro has blonde hair now. Wow, Dominic looks totally different now. You know what I mean?
I get it, because Miro has the blonde hair a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like whoa, like wow, somebody went through puberty quick. Holy smoke. But I mean, like I said, I think Balor winning the championship was the right call. I like how they respected each other at the end too.
Yeah, backstage with Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
That was cool. That was a cool idea. I like it, and I have to point out, you pointed this out to me before the show, Alex. I like how Wade Barrett's on commentary with Vic Joseph. Yeah, I love how the two of them have been together. I think they have done a great job together. I think they got good chemistry so far, and you can hear it in their voice. You can hear it in the commentary, and with all the matches that they put together for the NXT events. It's going well for them so far. Well, he was very good in NWA. Barrett, Stu Bennett is his real name. He did a very good job in NWA, and then I guess NXT saw an opening. Okay, they just got to get rid of Beth Phoenix. Ugh. Oh, Beth is horrible. I can't with her voice. Oh no! Look out! I can't anymore. It's like so annoying because what it does is you have great chemistry between Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett. And it's like she pops in out every now and then. It's like, ugh. And I respect Beth Phoenix, but it's like she's really bad at this. She's like hard about this, and she's probably not going to come on our show now, probably ever, because I said that. But it is what it is. I mean, you know what I mean. But also, Alex, really quick before we get to our next topic with AEW, tell the fans how they can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and our phone number too. Okay, so you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at WWSRN
off the mat WWSRN. That is off the mat WWSRN for Facebook and Twitter. And our phone line is open. It is 727-888-4295. Feel free to call us, ask us any questions, comments, your thoughts on the topics that we are discussing during the show.
Awesome. And I think a topic that somebody needs to talk about is, Josh, why did you pick that picture of you looking dapper at your wedding as your main picture for the show page? So I think everybody likes to ask you. Like, I remember Errol had a story with me when he goes, "Why did you send that picture of you and your wedding?" Because I look dapper, dude. I'm in a tux, man. I mean, I look great. I don't know, because you have Alex with the selfie, and then you have me with the tuxedo on. It's like, so it's like, oh, sorry. I guess it is what it is, but. All right, Alex, let's get to our next topic, man. Let's talk about NXT. I mean, AEW. Let's talk about Dynamite Wednesday night. And there were a couple of surprises, of course. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Rusev,
Miro, yeah. That was cool to see him show up on Dynamite. I kind of had a feeling he was going to show up because he's one of the biggest stars in the wrestling industry. And he kept hinting on it on his Twitch a little bit, like his Twitch Live, where he plays video games and stuff. And my favorite moment from that was the crowd's reaction. The crowd's reaction was great. They were chanting "Miro Day, Miro Day," and so he's like, that has a catchy ring to it. So that was a cool way to make your presence known in AEW. And then he kind of made fun of the brass ring speech for WWE, kind of made fun of WWE there, which was cool. It's fun,
yeah. I look at it like this. I mean, talk about making, it's just
making a statement,
on the roster. That's just another guy on the roster that, excuse me, I'm sure WWE fans are going to go, oh, you're just signing all the former has-beens from WWE. And then I will rebuttal that to you, and I'll say they're not has-beens. They weren't utilized the proper way. The funny thing is, Rusev was $1 million idea. Mm-hmm. The fans loved it, and WWE screwed the pooch. And
they missed a boat with that one.
Yeah, big time. I mean, you could have taken it to so many different levels, and instead what they decided to do was they decided to say, nah, we're just gonna leave it the way it is. And then to me, I'm just trying to figure out how him and Kip Sabian met each other. I guess they met on, I mean, I never knew that if they were in a relationship. Now I was like, he's Kip Sabian's best man.
Yeah,
crazy. That's like if I shook hands with you, Alex, and then you may be the best man because I shook hands with you. Or maybe I bet you would have been McDonald's drive-thru or something. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but it's just, I thought it was a good idea. I'm curious where it goes. I'm curious where they let Miro go with this whole thing.
I want to see Miro in action in AEW. I'm waiting to see that. Hopefully he'll be next in line for the AEW title or TNT championship somewhere.
Yeah, let him build up to that for sure. You got to let him have a couple of matches. We know how he is in the ring. We know what he could do on the mic. We know how his character is. I'm curious where they go with him in AEW. They might take kind of a piece of what he was with Rusev and put it to his character in AEW, but we'll see. Also, the Young Bucks super kicking Alex Marvez, man.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a heelish move, I thought. And it looks to me like they're going to, I said, Alex, it looks like they're joining Kenny and they're going to be heels, the three of them. It looks like they were in New Japan.
Even Kenny, when he was getting into the car, he said, let's go back to the way things were.
That was All Out. And then they did the interview with JR and Tony Schiavone. Schiavone interviewed Hangman Page. Page wants to get the team back together and get the belts back.
And then Kenny just wants to go his own route as a singles competitor.
Yeah, Kenny wants to go his own route and do what he wants to do. He said it was a great run, but it's time to end it and go back to the way they anticipated me when I came into AEW. Because look, what he said in the interview was indeed true. Kenny said he was supposed to come into AEW, be the golden goose, be what he was in New Japan. He was the number one superstar in the world, time next to probably Okada, as the best wrestler on the planet. And so far in AEW, it's been very hit and miss with him.